This is a Sandy Boy Productions podcast.
Welcome to Finish Lines and Milestones, a podcast to celebrate the everyday runner. I'm your host, Allie Bretnacher, and if you run, you're a runner. And every runner has a story. Join me each week as we celebrate these stories and we cross finish lines and celebrate milestones together. This week's episode is brought to you by Relay Active. Relay Active is a small woman-owned business that makes apparel for women. And it's athletic apparel. You can wear it for yoga, running, just everyday wear. I personally have owned pieces for years. Lindsay Hine, who founded Sandy Boy Productions, first influenced me to get some of their stuff, and it's amazing. It's held up for years. I have several of the pocket tees. I have a pair of bike shorts I use to run, and then I also now have a lovely new set in their sunburst colors. It's this beautiful, unique tie-dye. I have a couple of the tops, one crop top with like a square neck, one with like a more curved neck, and they're different lengths. So there's a lot of options. Very high quality, super comfortable to run in. I've done my long runs in the stuff, so highly recommend giving it a try. You can go to relayactive.com and use code AllieB, and that'll get you 15% off your first order. And also, I should tell you that 1% of sales goes to animal rescue. So you can support animals and women. What more could you ask for? Again, thank you to Relay Active for supporting this podcast. This week, we have a longtime listener, first-time caller, Katie Polivick. She is a friend of mine. I've known her for years and years, and we're like kind of related, but not related. We'll tell you that story, but she's listened to this podcast since it started, and I just love that so much, and she's so funny. Her energy is infectious. She's got great stories. And I'm so sad to share that she was going to be running a local backyard ultramarathon called Prairie on Fire in September, but unfortunately her back is causing her problems. So her brother Jojo, who we talk about, is running in hopes of tackling 100 miles. So that's nuts. So I'm hoping that she'll be there still to spectate so you can have a chance to meet Katie. I'm going to try to be there with my kids, do some chalk art, support everybody that I can who's running. And then we talk about a couple of things in this episode that I need to at least update you on. Again, so sorry that I had to update you on the bad news that she's not going to be running Prairie on Fire this year, but her garden, she has harvested a tomato and a pepper, which is a big deal. You know, we joke about how we both have gardens for the first time, which is comical if you know me, and it seems the same. Katie and I are very similar. And then she also is the founder of a 5K that takes place next month. If you're listening to this when it comes out, September 14th is a Sunday, and it's the Baby on the Way 5K in support of the O'Connor House, which helps women who are experiencing homelessness who are also pregnant and gives them a place to live and get back on their feet. And so it's a great cause, and it's at Guerin Catholic High School. Be sure to support that amazing event too if you're looking to add more miles with some company. So I've linked to that in the show notes. And then during this episode, we talk about how she grew up playing sports in Catholic school, talk a little bit about kickball and how that's a very Catholic thing, and how she found long distance running, her first marathon, which was at the Monumental Marathon in Indianapolis, the time she lost her credit card on a group run and then found it and then pretended to find it. So it's so good. Such a funny story. And then we talk about the founding of the Baby on the Way 5K, a little bit behind that story, the year she ran a half marathon every single month. And we talk about mental health, which is a great part of this episode. I learned some stuff about Katie that I didn't even know. Like she lived in California for a hot second and moved home because it was really hard. So I think that that's a really powerful story. But this conversation is so much fun, and I really hope you enjoy meeting my friend, Katie Polivick. Enjoy. Hi, Katie.
Hi.
Welcome. This is so much fun to finally have you here.
It's really nice to be here.
I love how your mom, Susan, was like, oh, did you know that Katie listens to your podcast?
It's kind, like when you're embarrassed by, like, it'd be like if your mom said that to Lindsay Hine.
Yes.
That'd be like the equivalent.
Yeah.
Like, she listens to, I forget what Lindsay's is called. I'll have another.
Yes.
Or whatever,
exactly.
which I've listened to that one too. But yeah, it's a little embarrassing, but it's fine.
Well, I don't know if you realize like how much that means to me.
Oh.
I was so happy. I was like, wow, she does?
Yes, of course.
She likes it?
Yes, I do.
Which is, it's just one of those things where when you start doing something, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's gonna? I don't know if people are gonna listen.
Yeah,
I like to talk about running, so maybe people will like it.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
because you've been listening
since the OG days.
Right. Like there's OG days of my podcast.
I think it was like I can't remember if I got COVID or what, but I was like, maybe it was winter break. But there was a time period where I was like cleaning out my closet, and it was like I was just like going through all the episodes. And it was like
binging
episode 1, 2, 3, and then I got like a little. Then my house stayed clean for a while, so I didn't. It's usually when I'm cleaning that I listen to your or gardening.
Oh yeah.
Listen to you when I'm gardening, but yeah.
Gardening. What do you grow in your garden?
This is the first time I've ever had a garden. In my
I have one right
life.
now too.
I'm
Same.
just growing tomatoes and peppers.
Cherry tomatoes or heirloom tomatoes or whatever other kinds?
I think I don't even know because I don't have any. We just have flowers right now.
Okay.
We got them very late in the season.
Okay.
So I think they're heirloom tomatoes. I got them at Sullivan's.
Okay. Ooh, that's probably good.
Yeah, I feel like they'll be fine. I don't have any yet though. So.
Well, I've never had a garden my whole life, and we have these little planters that have had flowers in them, and they died, and flowers and died. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna plant some herbs and like some gardening stuff in there, and then maybe I'll take care of it.
Yes.
So I killed some of it, but I have cherry tomatoes, and we are harvesting a couple every here and there. And my daughter Sloan and Sydney will cut them in half for us. She doesn't like tomatoes, but then Sloan, my other daughter, and I will split them and we'll eat them, and it's just funny. I'm
those
like,
are
this
good.
is hilarious, but they're good.
Yeah, those are good tomatoes.
Yeah. So I didn't know you gardened. So you're brand new though.
I'm brand new. I love plants. I'm a science teacher, right? So I have to love plants. But yeah, the maybe on taking care of it. Like Chris probably does. My husband Chris does as much in the garden as I do.
Okay.
I'll be like. It'll be like 7 p.m. and I'm getting tired and I'm like, Chris, I haven't watered the garden today.
Right.
Like,
I forget a lot. That's the problem.
Can you just go out there while you're mowing the lawn and just do it? But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But we have like 4 different plants that are pollinators.
Right.
So we have the pollinators, then we have like 4 tomato plants.
And for people who don't know what pollinators are, I feel like I
think
kind of
it attracts bugs.
Like the bees.
The bees that pollinate all the plants.
And butterflies, I think.
And butterflies.
Pollinator garden. See, this is where we get into dangerous territory.
I'm like, do we need to show people that we don't know?
Somebody listening is going to be like, that is all wrong.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. We don't know, but they were important. The person at Sullivan's was like, you need some pollinators. And I was like, give me some. So I have some of those. And then we have peppers and tomatoes.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
But we have this little corner in our backyard, and we got 2 like plywood boards or whatever at like Lowe's, and we painted them one yellow and one pink.
Okay.
And then we put yellow polka dots on the pink one and pink polka dots on the yellow one, because there was already a wall on the other 2 sides.
Okay.
So we have like a cute little garden. I'll show you a picture after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And you said your last name before we started officially recording.
Yeah.
And because I know you as Katie Barrett.
Yes.
We know each other through my cousin.
Yes.
And so my cousin is my mom's sister's daughter. Mm-hmm. And then your mom is my uncle's sister.
Wow.
Did I get that right?
My uncle. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
My uncle is Jim.
Yeah.
And then that's his daughter.
Yeah.
Your cousin. We share a cousin, but we're not related.
It gets really confusing too, because your last name was Hill.
Oh, it's so confusing.
And my mom's maiden name was Hill, but they weren't related.
It's very confusing for people.
That blows people's minds. My friend Amber Ferrari, do you know her?
Yes. She was an Orfellow?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was, so that's my best friend from college.
Yes, okay.
She's been trying to figure out how we're related for years.
Hard, yeah.
Or not related, I guess.
Yeah, because we're
not. But you explained it really well just then, so I'll have to have
Did I? I don't think I did. Basically, my mom and her sister, my aunt, they both married guys with the same last name.
Yeah.
That were not related.
Not related.
And so that confused the hell out of people. And it still does. They assume they're brothers.
Because we're in the same small Catholic world.
Exactly.
I feel like
yeah, and everyone's
the same.
So we're basically related.
Basically.
And that's how we know each other. Mm-hmm. And your new last name, because you're somewhat recently married.
Yeah, last October.
How do you say it?
Polivick.
Polivick, which is basically exactly how it's spelled. If you look
people
at
like
it.
to say Polivick.
Okay.
But it's paw, like a dog's paw. Polivick.
Polivick. Or like Paul from the Bible.
From the Bible. Well, sure.
Well, you just said Catholics, then I got in the religious
you got
space.
inspired.
And we'll talk about some of your faith too during this episode.
Oh, yeah.
I really find that amazing.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Okay. So we know each other through our families.
Yes.
And you also have a brother that people in the running community may know.
Yes.
And you call him JoJo.
I call him
That's
JoJo. Cute. He goes by Joe now, though. But
Joe.
He's always JoJo to me.
Yeah. And your dad's name's Joe.
My dad's name is Joe. So it makes it easier in the family if you say JoJo for little Joe. But
yeah.
Yeah. He is a very fast runner. Joe Barrett. Yeah. Is what he goes by. But he went to Marion and ran there. And then because of COVID, I think he had 2 years of eligibility still or something, or maybe he was injured. I don't know. But he got to run at Butler, too. So he ran at Butler when he was getting his MBA, and he's so fast.
He's so fast.
He's so fast. He also casually ran 50 miles like a couple weeks ago.
Of course he did.
Just wanted to, and he hadn't even been running.
That's annoying.
It is.
Yeah.
But I love it at the same time. I'm like, my brother did that, and I'll tell everyone.
Yeah. That is really amazing. Congratulations, Joe.
Yes.
So tell us about your siblings and where you are in the birth order.
Okay. So I am the oldest of 5.
God, there's 5 of you.
There's 5 of us.
I lose track and get confused.
I know. I know. It's me, Katie, then Annie, and then Ellie, and then JoJo or Joe, and then Rosie. Yeah. So I'm 32 and Rosie's 20. So she's at Purdue. So there's 12 years. There's a big span.
Wow.
I loved it though. I loved having a big family. I still love it. And 3 of us are married, and everyone has JoJo and Rosie have significant others they've had for forever. So just the core of us, what is that? 7 plus 5, 12. 12.
Right.
Is the immediate family. Yeah. When I think of my immediate family, I think of 12 people. Mm-hmm. Or that's 10 if you're not including everybody. But yeah. Yeah. So it's a
big Catholic family.
It's a big Catholic family. I feel like it's my big fat Greek wedding, but it was my big fat Catholic wedding.
Yeah.
When I was getting married.
That's so fun.
It was really fun.
I love that.
Yeah. The Barretts in wedding season are we're at our prime.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's fun. That's so fun. Yeah. So you are originally from this area.
Yeah.
Because you went to Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
I went to St. Maria.
You went to St. Maria Goretti. I get so confused. So
it was the branch off parish from.
It was, yeah. And not to brag, but I was the first graduating class of St. Maria Goretti.
So wow,
yeah,
that's a big deal.
In the school that I've showed my kids. I'm like, that was me. I came here.
Do you guys go to St. Maria Goretti?
We do, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So, and they go to Sunday school there. So it's really weird. It's kind of a time warp, going in there.
That is fun.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I went to St. Maria, and then I went to Garin because I played tennis with Morgan.
Okay, my sister.
Yes. So
hi, Morgan.
Hi, Morgan. She would drive me from Garin to Bridgewater because it was before Garin had courts. So we would play at Bridgewater.
Wow.
Which, is kind of crazy.
It's kind of fancy. It's a country club for those who don't know.
We just casually got to play at. But yeah, and then tennis parties. I feel like I've been to several tennis dinners at your parents' house.
Oh.
So yeah. So I went to Garin, and then I went to Marion. You didn't ask me what schools I went to, but I'm telling you.
You should tell me. I would ask that. That's something I would ask. See,
yeah.
You know what I'm going to ask before I even am going to ask.
There you go. And then I did Notre Dame in chunks. So
you did.
We'll get to that if you want to get to that.
We will get. Now I'm interested in that. Well, and I didn't realize that you played tennis in college for a year. That's pretty amazing.
So I am just a human backboard. It pisses people off. Excuse my language.
Backboard.
Yeah.
I like that.
When I was super athletic, fast and small in college, less than I am now, I could just run around and how you could hit it to me so hard and I would just get it back, and it makes people so mad. That's you don't want to play a backboard because you just know the points are going to last forever. Yeah. And you're going to be the one to make the mistake and maybe lose the match. And that was me.
Yeah.
It
makes me want to play you in tennis.
I know.
Although I haven't played in years. I
haven't either. And my brother's girlfriend, Sarah, played at Marion all 4 years, and she's like freakishly good, and I want to play her.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm sure she'd
let's
whoop
see
my
how
butt,
you'll do against the human backboard, Sarah.
I was like 10 years ago, but now I'm better at long distance running, and it doesn't really translate to back and forth.
It doesn't. Well, and I also get really nervous about getting hurt now.
Yeah.
Especially, I want to start playing more pickleball because it's so fun. I love tennis and I love ping pong, and I feel like it's a great mesh of like
it is.
That.
I love pickleball.
But I also don't want to sprain my ankle.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty competitive, so we'll see how it goes.
You could be like really cool and wear ankle braces or something.
I would do that to avoid getting
my
ankle sprained.
husband does that for volleyball. He sprained his ankle so many times that he had to have ankle surgery. So now he wears like knee pads and elbow pads and ankles. And I'm like, you're so cool over there.
You're so hot, Chris. You're like, that's my man right there.
That's him.
That's so, well, good for him for being safe.
Yes. He'll never sprain ankle again, hopefully.
And then you said when you were growing up, like at St. Maria Goretti, you played all of the sports before you kind of found tennis as something you were good at.
Can I tell you a story about St. Maria Goretti basketball?
Okay.
I was so bad, Allie. I was so bad. Like when I say that, like I had big glasses. I wish I had a picture, but I just was like the most uncoordinated sports person that you could possibly choose to be on a team. When I was in second grade, we were playing at Our Lady Mount Carmel, and we had wristbands, and it was like I had an orange wristband on, you have an orange wristband on, I'm supposed to be guarding you in basketball. We're playing basketball in second grade.
Oh, that's how it tells you
that's
what to
do. How it tells you what to do is you have the wristband on. Now give me a rule and I will follow it to the T.
That's
I'm like
me.
the biggest
You and I are like
follower.
firstborns.
Yes.
We're like, yep.
And no one was guarding me. And so my coach was yelling, pass it to Katie, pass it to Katie. I ran over to the person with the orange wristband and I said, excuse me, you're supposed to be guarding me. And I didn't even know that, like, I was open for a shot. I just was concerned that.
You're like, why aren't we together?
I was like, why aren't we together? You're not following the rules. And my dad was just like, oh my gosh.
That's so
funny. I was really bad at basketball. And then I tried kickball, and my team lost like every single game. And then
that's because St. Maria Goretti. Well, did you play sports with Our Lady, or you were finally separated?
We were finally separated.
That's where it's hard because St. Maria Goretti was so small.
We were so small, and we just like didn't. My kickball team didn't care. Like we just wanted to have fun. Like we just were like. We were like the biggest nerd. It was a few of us probably cared, but I didn't. I just wanted the snacks and the fun atmosphere. And then I played, like I loved it, kickball. But then I went to Our Lady because St. Maria Goretti kept losing. So then I think people like didn't want to play anymore. So we didn't have enough people for a team.
Oh, so then you're like, if you wanted to play,
if I wanted to play, I had to go to Our Lady.
Yeah,
now Our Lady kickball is like the powerhouse of kickball.
When I think about
sports.
Catholic, especially with Catholic schools, and I bet this translates outside of Indiana for sure, but like the kickball is the sport of Catholic schools. Mm-hmm. Do they even play it in other schools? I don't even know.
I don't think they do. I've only ever been in Catholic school. I've been in a public school for like 1 year, 2 years teaching. Yeah. So I went to Our Lady, and they were like city champs, and I just sat the bench the whole time. And they told me to bunt and then run to first base. Like they wouldn't even let me really kick it. So I was like, my dad was so mad. We won city, though, and I'm on, like, there's a picture somewhere in Our Lady's halls of me on this team that I didn't really play on because I just practiced and then bunted one time during the game. So I was so bad. So I tried kickball.
Good. I love it so
basketball.
Much. And wait, you're playing kickball now again, aren't you? Or what sport are you playing now as an adult?
As a CCA adult. I'm playing sand volleyball.
No, okay. Ooh. There we go.
It's very stressful.
Because CCA here is like our rec league that has any sport almost. Like I played dodgeball with CCA. Like I've
never played CCA sports before,
okay.
Which is like people were like surprised by that.
Yeah.
But I'm playing sand volleyball, and we played our first game this past Sunday, and I was so stressed the whole time because people were just like talking, and like somebody was cussing at my teammate, and I was like, excuse me, like I don't even know you and you're cussing at my team. But he was trying to be funny. But I was like, oh my gosh, no, I don't like. I had never been in the team atmosphere in so long because I played singles tennis. And then like my friend Sam Ganser would cheer whenever they would hit it in the net, and I'm like, that's not nice, they just missed. You don't want to cheer, they missed. She's like, but we got the point. And I'm like, but that's because they made a mistake.
Yeah, that's rude. Like, let's be good sports,
it was so
everybody.
Stressful, but we lost. I think probably because we were really good at the beginning. We were up like 7-0, and then we started feeling bad. So we started playing like worse. Oh, God. And then I got in my head, but I was really good at setting. Like I loved being the setter. I don't like hitting it, but but it like took me a second to like calm down afterwards. I was like, oh my gosh, like it's okay that people were just yelling and screaming and they were like, I think that's like what people do on teams.
Yeah. I play sand volleyball only when my friends, we go on a trip to like Mexico every couple years, and we have a big group that goes, and so we play a decent amount of sand volleyball. And I just feel like I should practice in our off season because like some of my friends are pretty good. Yeah. And I don't like like making mistakes.
Yeah. And then I feel so bad. I'm like, when I make a mistake, it affects the whole team.
Yeah, you're like, but everybody hates that I'm on their team.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's just me.
Yes.
But that's how I met Chris. Was through sand volleyball at Pinheads.
Oh my gosh.
So I went because Megan, my cousin, so another cousin. Hi, Megan. She was going to sand volleyball, and she went to school with Chris.
Hey.
She went to school at Purdue with Chris, and she was always talking about him, like, my friend Chris. And I was like, this guy sounds great. Like, let's meet him. But and so she was like, hey, I'm gonna go play volleyball at Pinheads. She didn't even invite me, but I was like, I'll come.
Pinheads? What is
Pinheads
that?
is like a bowling alley.
That's what I thought. So where do they have volleyball?
But it has a restaurant and then sand volleyball courts with a tiki hut. You gotta go.
Oh.
It's really fun.
That sounds
It's
really
like
fun.
It's like you're on vacation.
Do they have babysitting there? That would be ideal.
Oh, I don't know. Just
child watch would be ideal, and then we could go.
Yeah, I think you might be able to bring your kids at certain times. But you'd have to look that up. So I went to the sand volleyball thing. I don't play volleyball. It like intimidates me. But I was like, oh, I'll meet people. Like, it'll be fun. And then I saw Chris there. And Chris went up to Megan and gave her a big hug. And they were like having so much fun. And I was like, oh my gosh, he looks so sweet and so nice. And Megan walks up after he's like still on the court. I said, Megan, you need to date him. He is so cute and so nice. Date him. And she's like, no, I've just known him for too long. Like, he's just a friend. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to then. I was like,
will you introduce me, please?
I was like, please.
Hello.
So then he comes over, and then we just talk and stuff. And then I started going to volleyball more.
Oh, yeah.
I've never gone to Pinheads volleyball, but then I was like, well, Chris is going to be there. And so then I would go, and then it's a long story. And then I saw him. I got his number, and then I saw him out, like, when I was on a different date at Metazoa.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I was on another date at Metazoa, and then he was with Megan, like at trivia. But I wanted to be with him, so I just kept going. Whenever he would get a drink, I would go up and get a drink. And I'd be like, hey, what's up? How's your trivia team doing? He's like, are you on a date? And I'm like, yeah. And I just like was trying to blow it off. But,
yeah.
And then I walked out with my date. My date was like, do you want to come play euchre at my friend's house? I was like, no. And I got in the car and I called Chris. I was like, well, get some ice cream. And he was like, sure.
Perfect.
So then we've been together ever since.
I love that story.
Yeah. So
you're like, no, I know what I want.
I was like, I know what I want. It's over at the other table. It's winning trivia right now.
Yeah. Did you date a ton before that?
Yeah,
How did you meet people?
I like talk to everyone. Like, you know those people that like don't want to sit by the stranger that talks to them on the plane?
Yeah.
I'm like dying to talk to someone on a plane. Like, if I am very, I will feel it out. I will not talk to them unless they want to talk. But I would talk to a stranger for like 2 hours on a flight to Florida. Sure. So that's how I meet people. I just go places. And I'm in running clubs. I went to Pinheads volleyball. I would go to a lot of Catholic stuff, like Theology on Tap. I would go to, if you ever heard of that. It's like, they used to happen at Help the Moon for a little bit downtown.
Really?
And they would have like a priest or like a Catholic person give a talk. And then you'd all be drinking beer listening to this Catholic priest talk. And then there'd be like an intermission. You'd like just walk around and talk to people. And then now I think it's at McGowan Hall, which is downtown.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
But it was at Half Liter for a little bit.
Okay.
So I was in like a lot of Catholic groups. That can be a scary place because people just want to get married really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay.
So it was kind of...
And have like 1 million children.
Yeah. Probably. I just wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
I dated this person, like, and after like a few days, he was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, I don't even know you. And of course I said yes. And then I broke up with him a week later. But so yes, I dated a lot of people. But It was fun. I wouldn't change it. I mean,
yeah, because now it's good.
Now it's good.
You and Chris have been married, what, a year, you said? Or when?
A year, October 5th.
In October. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the weekend of the Indy half.
Yeah.
Is what I think of.
Yes.
It's like my fall break.
And it was funny because when I was training for the Monumental this past time, and everybody was going to run Fort Bend. Mm-hmm. And that was on my wedding day. And so then I said, guys, I'm sorry to tell, or what did I say? I said, I'm sorry to say, like, if we have really good weather on my wedding day, then that means that it might rain on Monumental, because I told God that I'd rather there be rain on Monumental
than on your wedding day.
On my wedding day. They're like, so then there was really good weather on October 5th this past year, and they were looking at me like, Katie, it better not rain. I was like, I have no idea if that's really what's going on. But,
right.
And it was beautiful on Indy.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Monumental was good.
It was beautiful.
It was like the perfect day.
Yeah, God is good. So
yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Us Catholic girls.
Yes, but so it was just funny because we were just running, and I was like, guys, just watch out if we have good weather.
Yeah. So when did you find long distance running? At what point in your life?
Well, I guess it depends on what you call long distance. So my mom is who brought running to our family.
Yeah,
she started running, I think, after she had kids, and she used to run 5 miles. She had a 5-mile loop that she would run with Tia Pasilio, our neighbor. And
how do you say that?
Pasilio.
Okay, I don't know that.
She's an Our Lady Mount Carmel family.
Okay.
But they would run 5 miles, and then she would take us to St. Maria Goretti, and Mrs. Basilio would take her 5 or 6 kids. I think she had 5 kids at the time. Now they have 6.
Jesus Christ.
to Our Lady, and I thought that was so cool. I was like, I have a badass mom. Like, she's just waking up so early and running, and then taking us all to school. So then she got me running shoes for I think it was 5th or 6th grade. I think I had to run the mile in a gym, and but I wanted to go on a run with her, and I was like, can I do your 5-mile loop with you? And she was like, yeah, but we'll just whenever you want to stop, we'll stop. My first run was 5 miles. And I was like, if my mom, who's in her 40s, can do it, I can do this 5-mile loop. I'm in the 5th or 6th grade. And so I remember it being kind of cold. I don't remember what time of year it was, but it was kind of cold. And it was when the kind of cold, your breath, it's kind of hurts when you're breathing. And I was not used to that. But I did the whole 5 miles. And I was like, yes, I did it. And I was so excited about it.
That's a long way.
It was a long, and I was a little kid. I mean, kind of, middle school.
That's not running a 5K even for somebody who doesn't run. Is a lot of distance to
I mean,
cover.
I think I was in sports.
Sure.
And I probably had been doing the mile in gym, but had never run.
5 miles.
I don't remember. Maybe I ran around the block a few times. But I remember this specific run. It was we're going to run Mom's Loop, and I'm not going to stop. And she was really impressed, and that meant a lot to me. I was like, oh my gosh, my mom is impressed that I could do this 5-mile loop. And then I just kept doing that. And then I played tennis all through high school. I started tennis kind of late, 6th or 7th grade. Yeah. But then there was one summer when I wanted to run cross country as well. So I was the summer going into my junior year at Garen, I was like, I'm going to run cross country and do tennis. So I would do tennis in the morning and cross country later in the afternoon. But then I realized that if I signed up for cross country, I wouldn't be able to do fall tennis at 5 Seasons. I was where I played. And so I quit right before school started. So I did the whole summer, which is the hardest part of cross country. And then I quit. And my family loves to tell me that I'm a quitter. But and because I'm the only person that quit cross country. I think everybody else in my family kept going. But I always ran on the side of tennis. I would play tennis, but I was always running too.
Yeah.
And I think I ran my first full my senior year of college. I ran my first full.
You did?
It was Monumental in 2014.
2014?
Yeah, I was so fast.
That's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, and I'm not that fast anymore, but that's okay. I can get back there if I want to.
It's exactly
but
right.
I don't even know if I want to or not, because I enjoy being slow.
That's you just have to, I feel if you want it, you can get it. And
right.
if you don't really want it, that's cool too.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Yeah. Okay, so 2014, that was the year I got married.
Nice.
And I did all the races because I was trying to be in tip-top shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, 2014. I don't even know what the weather would have been like for that year.
It was really good. It was pretty cold.
Okay.
So I had like my first iPhone, and I wore it in like the armband, and it was not used to the cold yet.
Oh no! Yes, you told. Okay.
Yeah. So I was running, and I was running with my friend from tennis, her little sister Morgan Paris. It was like a big runner, and we were running it together. I could only keep up with her for the first half, but I remember her like leaving, and then I was looking at my phone, and I was like, "It's dead. Like there's no music." So I was like with her for like, I think it died at like mile 7 or 8 because I think we stopped talking.
That's when you switch, or that's when you.
Is that?
Oh, did she run the full too though?
She ran the full too.
Okay,
so
never
we were
mind.
together.
Never mind.
But like, I think we were together for maybe the first half. But at mile 7 or 8, I realized that my music was not working, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pray a lot of rosaries. So I had a rosary on my shoe, and for those that aren't Catholic or don't know, the rosary is just like beads that you pray a lot of Hail Marys and Our Fathers on. It's like a superpower, in my opinion. But I prayed it. I had a little pocket rosary on my shoe, so I took it off, and I would just think of a different person for each decade.
Jeez.
And I was just like, okay, who needs prayers? And I would just be like, okay, we'll pray for this for my dad. Then we'll pray for that decade. Then we'll pray the next one for whoever. And then I just kept going until mile 26.
How many decades are in a rosary?
5.
Okay, because it's not 10. I know that.
No, there's not 5. And I always liked that there were 5 because there's 5 kids in my family.
There you go.
And for Christmas one year, we got my parents a rosary that, and like, I think it said our names on the beads
that's
or something.
cool.
So it was cool.
That is really cool.
It was cute.
Yeah, wow. So leading up to the first full, though, did you run half marathons and stuff locally before that?
I think I had run the mini maybe.
Okay, probably.
I don't remember when. Well, the mini's always by my birthday. So my birthday is May 4th.
Oh, May the 4th being that.
Yes, National Star Wars Day, which I didn't know that until college because I didn't like Star
I don't know
Wars.
if it was a thing until then either.
Yeah, but so to me, it's like the mini marathon weekend is my birthday, so it's like the best birthday present. Like, remember when you had the 317 race?
Yeah,
isn't it the best?
It is the best.
It's the best feeling having a race on your birthday.
Yeah,
everybody should do it. Go find a race.
I started Googling because next year's my 40th, and I'm like, where in the world is there a marathon or half marathon on July 10th? Which July 10th, I mean,
it's kind of hot.
It's hot.
Yeah.
So anyway, I digress. But I found some.
Did you find one?
Well, I found some on the 11th. There's one in Utah, which I've already run in Utah though. So I was kind of like, well, I kind of want to go somewhere abroad. There's some sort of ultra marathon somewhere in the world that time frame, and I'm like,
oh wait, do it.
Let's see. I don't know.
That would be so cool, or not if you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But
I do.
Yes. Yeah. So I think I had done. I don't even know if I had done the mini yet though, because I feel like maybe my first one was that year, my senior year, and that would have been after Monumental.
Right. And
I don't remember.
Were you in like during this time frame in running clubs? You mentioned being in running clubs. So when did you find
I was in my first running club when I lived in Michigan. So I lived in Michigan for a summer.
Okay.
Because my cousins on my dad's side are professors at U of M.
Oh.
And so they have 3 children. They only had 2 when I was their nanny. But I lived with them because they had like this, they had added on this brand new guest room, and they still call it Katie Barrett's room at their house. They're like, it's Katie Barrett's room, because I was the first person to live in that little guest room. So I lived there during the week, and I would sometimes go home on weekends, sometimes stay, but I needed to find friends because I was like, I can't babysit all day. Like, I was their nanny, so I would babysit till 5, but then I was like, wait, it's 5, but I live here, so how are these kids gonna know that I'm like done being their nanny?
Off duty.
I'm off duty. So I would go on a run right at 5 if I didn't have run club. So then that was like
That's
their
smart.
cue. That was like, okay, Katie's done for the day. But I found a run club, and it was through a different store. It wasn't Athletic Annex. All I remember was there was like a hippie van in front of the store, and I loved that. But
wait, in
Michigan.
In Michigan, okay, yeah.
So that was my first running club. So then I started running with them, and it was on Wednesdays, and we would do a long run or a run, couldn't tell you, and then we'd have beers and wings afterwards.
Yep.
And it was so fun. And now I always want beer after a long run, which can be problematic, but it was really fun. And then I met all these people, and then one time on my long run with them, I thought I would keep like my credit card and my ID in my bra.
Yeah.
This was like before we had the cool
There's no
stuff.
pockets
There was no koala clip or whatever.
No.
There was
no
none
pockets
of that.
to be.
And I thought I lost it.
Oh no.
I thought I lost either my credit card or my driver's license, one of them. And I had the other one in my hand. So I had the whole running group looking through like these woods that we were running in for my Visa card. And then I realized that it had just stuck together because it was sweaty in my bra, which is kind of TMI. But then, so then I threw it on the ground and I pretended to find it. I was like, guys, I found it, because I was so embarrassed because I didn't want to tell them that I had it the whole time.
That is so amazing.
So yeah, so that was my first running club.
I hope that somehow the universe has somebody who was there listening to this somehow.
Yeah. Luke and Jake were my friends there, and they both worked at the running store. And
so funny.
Look.
Funny.
Yeah, I was like, oh wait, it's right here.
And they're like, how the F did it get all the way off over there?
Yeah.
Or did you throw it somewhere where it was like,
I don't
know.
remember, but yeah, but it was like,
that's so funny.
That was the first time I just kind of started talking to strangers about running, and it was really fun. And there was this girl that had cancer and was running like with her port in. I was like, you're such a badass. Okay. Like, what is going on? Like, she had like something on her. I don't know how it works. But and she was like, this is what keeps me going. And I was like, that's why I was like, okay, running is really cool. Yeah. Like, it can bring people together that are all kind of badasses in their own way. So
I couldn't agree more with that.
Yeah.
Well, do you listen to Allie on the Run?
Sometimes, but I follow her on Instagram.
Okay, so you know.
And I talked to Chris about Allie on the Run, like, she's my friend. I'm like, oh my gosh, she just went to chemo today. He's like, okay, do you need to unfollow this person because it's like affecting your day? And I'm like, no, but like, I need to pray for her. Like, I need to say, like, it's so. I just shout out to Allie because she's a badass, too. Right? And she's gonna beat it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. I listened to her episode yesterday on my long run, the most recent solo episode. Anyway, and it's funny because she's like, I don't want this to be a bummer. This sucks, like that my podcast is becoming a bummer. But I think it's really interesting hearing from somebody's perspective that's really in the trenches of cancer and what that's like. I mean, because fortunately, I don't know.
And like, I don't think that's not why I don't listen to it because it's a bummer. It's mostly because I can't keep up with all the podcasts.
Oh, believe me.
That's
like, I try to listen to all of them and it's so hard. I'm like always walking around the house in my headphones, just like trying to absorb all the content. And I'm actually not the kind of person that can listen on 2x or like 1.5.
Wait, I have a funny story about that. So I've been listening to yours at 0.9. So not faster. No, but it's not bad.
Okay,
it's really
like
good.
A struggle.
So because the reason is because I have a rosary podcast that I listen to while I pray the rosary. Okay. And they pray so fast on this podcast. I'm like, this isn't even praying. So I slowed it down, but then it slowed down all my podcasts. So then I tried to I was like, Chris, I've been listening to this podcast on 0.9. We were in the car, and then I was like, wait, I need to put it, and then I can't listen to it at 1 anymore.
That's funny. That's
you talk
really
too
funny.
Fast. But I think it's just because I'm used to 0.9.
Yeah,
I don't think you actually talk too
I don't
fast.
know. I probably talk fast.
But people speed it up to 2x.
I speed it up to edit. When I edit, I do 1.5. And it's actually really hard because I like listening to it the way it's intended to be listened to so that I can really, Yeah. But I also have limited time. So I'm trying to like speed through it. And it is weird. But a lot of people do that with audiobooks, with podcasts, with all of it. But I have a hard time.
Oh, yeah. I have a hard time. And I think I might have like a processing thing because I process things very slowly. Like it takes, like people will say something and they'll be looking at me like, did you hear me? And I'm like, I'm just processing what you're saying. Like, give me a second. And then I'll tell. Like, so at 0.9 really helps me. So
I feel like we are the same person, Katie.
Oh, that's
like
funny.
I relate to that a lot too. Because a lot of times I'll talk to my husband, or even like if we're having some kind of an argument, I'm the kind of person that can't just like fire back.
Oh, no.
I need to like process and think about what I'm going to say, because if I'm not given that time, it's not good.
Yeah. And I'm also a verbal processor though. Oh, so it's like I need to say it out loud to understand. And sometimes I'll be having like an argument or a conversation with Chris, and he's like, I don't take anything what you say seriously until the end because you're just figuring out what you really think about it. And I'm like, wait, that's good though, because I'm like, I don't actually know how I feel about something until it's like the end of the conversation. Anyways.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So, okay, running clubs. You found your first one in Michigan.
Yes.
And then when you trained for your first full marathon in 2014, were you part of like Indie Runners or any clubs here locally?
Was when, wait.
Or were you training with your running club?
I think I might have been. So maybe, yeah, I was training with my running club. So it was the summer going into my senior year that I was living in Michigan. So I trained with that running club.
Okay, for
Monumental.
Okay.
And then when I came back, I would just run around the canal.
Okay, I love running the canal downtown Indianapolis.
Yeah.
By yourself, though, that's kind of
brave.
Yeah,
it was not good.
Yeah.
Because I went to Marion.
Right.
Which is kind of in the middle of, like, not the best area. So it wasn't great. I made it through, and I'm okay. So that's good. I run with people now, though.
Yeah, that's good.
So especially after listening to all the things that have happened to people on this podcast, I'm like, okay, I need to be
even
smart
just on
about
this podcast,
it.
And
yes.
you hear about it in the media and all this stuff. You're like...
So I don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
But, so then I was in Indy Runners for Monumental this past year. I trained with Indy Runners. And then I've been to November Project one time.
Oh.
Woo, one time. And it's just because it's hard with teaching.
Tell people what November Project is.
November Project is a free fitness group. It's not running. It's like a workout. Mm-hmm. And it meets on Wednesdays and Fridays downtown Indy. Wednesdays are always at the War Memorial.
Yeah.
And they have like a workout for you to do. There's some running involved. The day I went there, there's a lot of running today. And I was like, yes, this is good. I'm going to be able to do it. And then Fridays is like a different place in Indianapolis every day. Or every Friday, there's a different spot. And they post on Instagram. But the cool thing is that when I was training with Indy Runners, we did our 20-miler. Have you,
Oh, I've done that one.
They bus you to Sheridan.
Yes. What do they call that?
I don't know. The 20-miler day.
God, what is it called? It has a name. Because I've done it before.
They bus you to Sheridan, they drop you off, and then you have like a cookout at the end.
Okay. Well, it's changed since I did it in 2018 when I was training for New York. I did, and it started at the Whole Foods at 146th Street in Carmel.
Yeah.
And then you went all the way downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like a celebratory name, but I did that, and the person that I was running with was doing her doctorate on group fitness.
Whoa.
So I got to hear, her name's Ashley. She's like in November Project, but she was studying November Project for her doctorate. And she was talking about how group fitness solves loneliness.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait. And I just got to listen to her. I was like, I want to read this, what's it called? When you have your doctorate, you write something.
God, I'm not that smart, Katie.
I don't remember.
Thesis?
No, thesis is master's.
Oh, okay. God, I'm an idiot.
No, you're not. You're not an idiot.
I know what it is.
It's okay.
My father-in-law has one.
Doctorate, dissertation? Is that it? You write your dissertation on it? We'll figure it out. But she was writing her something to get her doctorate on that. And so she was telling me all about how November Project started. And it was just like two guys at some East Coast school, I think, were just like, we need to make a fitness group that's free. And now it's all over the United States.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
They came last year to the Indy Half on your anniversary, or on your wedding day. They were here. Their national convention or whatever was in Indianapolis. And so we got to have them at the Indy Half, and the energy that they brought,
it's
especially since their mantra is F yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of fun.
Which was my favorite sign I saw at Monumental a few years back. I just still remember it, but that's their slogan.
Yeah.
And so they had all these signs. They were all screaming it. And you're like, yeah.
Great. That's so great.
Yeah. So anyway, they won't be there this year. And I'm like, we need to figure out a way to get them there every year.
Well, November Project had a tent when I ran Monumental. They had a tent and they were cheering, and at the mini. So just the
local,
Indiana chapter.
Yeah.
So I've been there, and then I go. Indy Runners has a schedule of, you can go to a different run for Indy Runners every day. It's not just Saturdays, which I didn't know.
Oh, that's cool.
So I just recently learned that. But there's one on Mondays at 5:45 that meets in the morning.
Okay, I was like, which one?
Yeah, that meets at the Athenaeum by the Rathskeller, and so I've been going to that, and I was 2 minutes late this past Monday. They leave right at 5:45.
I appreciate that.
Which is so great. But if you're late like me to everything, I learned that I can still run at a 7:30 pace. I'm in the 10:30 group in that in that run club, but I was like, I can run at a 7:30 pace and catch up. Look at this. I was so proud of myself.
Go me. A little speed work.
Little intervals to start. But, So I just I like running with people. I run with Megan, my cousin.
Right.
Shout out to Megan.
Shout out to Megan.
She's a badass runner.
You ran your first marathon with somebody else, you said.
Quick break to let you know this episode is also brought to you by Athlete Bouquets.
Athlete Bouquets is my very own business where I make gifts for runners or for yourself. Think of edible arrangements, but with all the running goodies. You can send an athlete bouquet to your friend who's currently training for a fall marathon. They're all coming up. We've got Berlin, then we've got Chicago, then we've got Detroit, we've got Marine Corps Marathon, New York, Indy Monumental, Every Women's, Philadelphia, CIM then at the end of the year. So lots going on, lots to celebrate. But even if somebody's not running a race, if it's their birthday, if it's a big milestone for them, whatever that might look like, I also do a ton of custom stuff. I have stickers, bracelets, temporary tattoos with some of my most favorite mantras. So if you need a gift for the athlete in your life, look no further than athletebouquets.com. You can use code PODCAST for 10% off your order. Now back to the show. Well, great. Now, you ran your first marathon with somebody else, you said.
With Morgan Paris.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so do you and Morgan run together a lot then and do races together? Or?
Megan and I do.
Yeah.
Morgan and I don't because she was just like a friend of a friend that happened to be doing the race. But Megan and I do a lot together, and then me, Megan, and Chris do a lot together because Megan and Chris were like friends first.
That's
how
so
I met
cool,
him. So,
actually.
Yeah, we're like a little trio. It's fun, a little running trio.
Yeah. Did you have to be like, were you sure you didn't want to date him? Like, you're sure?
I should have. I never did. Sorry, Megan. I'm really sorry.
Hopefully you don't.
I know. I was like, this could be awkward, but
no.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
I love it.
So
yeah, and he and Chris, your husband, did his first half marathon. What was that? This year?
This
May?
past year.
That's so great.
It was so awesome. I'm so proud of him. He was not like he ran like 5Ks and stuff. I think he had done the 5K for the mini.
Okay.
With his mom a couple times, and we had done it a couple times. Which surprisingly, it's before the half.
Right.
Which I was like, that's weird. But there's probably some race reason.
Well, because now you can do both races.
And I did this past year.
Nice.
I did them both. But so we did the 5K a couple times, and then I was like, it was for my birthday. He was like, he told me in January. He was like, I think I want to run the half for your birthday because it was on May 3rd or something. Aww. So it was like his birthday present, and it was so fun, like training with him. And we did the Miler series before, so that was really fun.
And that's like a series of training races.
Yeah,
they're just basically like races.
Yeah, you do. You can sign up for one individually, or you can do the 3, the 6, and the 10. There's just races leading up to it. And then I did the 5K. Megan and I did the 5K before. So we did the Miler series. Then we did the 5K before and the half.
Yeah. And
then I was out for like weeks because my back hurt.
But well.
Yeah, so because I don't stretch and I need to stretch.
You know, I don't stretch either. It's just like the cliche of being runners. But I am going to physical therapy.
Wait, I'm starting tomorrow.
Who are you going to?
I'm going to Forte.
Okay.
I think their name is Jen.
Okay.
But my brother, we were just on vacation together, and he said he had a physical therapist that he recommended, so I might go to
what's his last name? Jacob from Tempo Sports Rehab. He needs to be on this podcast.
Yeah.
He will be. He came to Rachel's running retreat and presented, if you remember.
Yes, I think I walked in during that because I was late because of one of the Miler series.
Okay, yeah. It all comes together. He sees a ton of people like in the running community, and so much so that you can't get into him.
Right.
Now, I see a guy that my coach recommended, Mike Stevens at Apollo Sports Performance, and he's great.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the same person that JoJo was talking about, but I don't know.
I don't know. There's like a couple that I feel like everybody goes to.
Yeah.
So anyway, of course, as a physical therapist, they give you exercises to do.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And I go and I'm like, well, I did it some of the time.
So yeah.
But I'm not going to do them. I'm not going to do them as prescribed. I'm just not.
I know. It's so bad. It's
so bad.
I love running. And I do it for my mental health. But when I get injured, it's like you can tell I'm like a different person.
Totally.
And so Chris is like, please stretch. Please, for everyone involved, stretch.
Yes, you need to be able to do this.
So he made me like a little like Google Doc with all these stretches. And like he was the physical therapist. He was like, okay, what hurts? And he was doing all these research. And he's like, okay, these stretches should help.
He did not. That's so sweet.
He's the sweetest.
Oh,
he
my
truly
gosh.
is. And I did it like twice. And it really helped. Didn't do it again. Yeah. But I need
like now once I start if I'm hurting, I will do it.
Yeah, and I need to, but I haven't been hurting as much.
But I don't do the
swimming more.
I don't do the preventative stuff.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm hoping that going to physical therapy, it'll be like, okay, here's the stretches, and we're meeting next week, and I'm going to be able to tell if you can't do your stretches. You know what I mean? Like you can't fake Like, it's not like you can cheat on the test. Like,
Yeah.
you either can stretch or you can't.
Yeah.
And so I need to do it.
Yeah.
That's like my goal is
There you
to
go.
do that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You can.
I can. We can do hard things. We can stretch.
We can stretch. It's really hard.
I need a sticker that says that. We can stretch.
We can stretch. You need to stretch, Katie.
We need to stretch.
Stretch.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Whatever. I feel like, I don't know. I'm like on the fence about if stretching really helps or hurts.
Oh, really?
Anyway. Yeah. I mean, I think there's, well, and some of the exercises that I've given are like for strengthening certain muscles that just need to catch up. Or,
yes.
You know,
those are,
so that's
legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
so I'm going to have a really nice butt, basically. My like glute needs to be stronger to like help
your back. And
yeah,
everything
exactly.
else.
And my back
And
is,
your abs are supposed to help your back. Yeah.
Getting old is fun.
It is, though.
Super fun. It is. I'm so happy
that
I'm getting old. Okay. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the fact that you are a race director and founder of a race.
Yeah.
Which is so cool. And frankly, like, because I'm a runner and kind of in your orbit and family, like, I should have done this race before, but
That's
I have
okay.
not. So tell everybody about, what's it called? Baby on the Way 5K?
The Baby on the Way 5K.
Yeah, so tell everybody what that is.
So the Baby on the Way 5K was my sophomore service project at Marion. So I was in this scholarship program called the San Damiano Scholars. And it's just like a fancy cross. That's what the San Damiano cross is. But long story. But you got to pick any service project you wanted to do. It had to be kind of a bigger one. And I was like, well, I love running. And my mom works at this place called the O'Connor House, which is a home for women who are pregnant and homeless, experiencing homelessness, and may or may not have other children. So they can live there all throughout their pregnancy and then afterwards as well until they get on their feet, get a job, that kind of stuff. And my mom is the house director for that. She is amazing.
Yeah, your mom is amazing.
And so I was like, this is so special. And my dad was like on the board for a long time, and he was always the MC for like the gala they have or the gala they have.
Yeah, so you know that I went to St. Marie Goretti graduating class with Mary Jolly. Her name is now Mary Browning, who was on the board of the O'Connor House for a long time. And so she has invited me to this 5K. This is why I feel bad too, because like she invited me to it.
Well, let's go then this year.
Yeah, and then she invited me to the gala.
Yeah,
you know what?
I don't
hate
know
that
how
word.
To say it. I do
but
too.
I remember, your dad crushing it. His job.
Yeah. So we're like very involved in this house because it's a beautiful home. And so I was like, well, these are two things that I'm super passionate about. And if you put them together, you get a race.
Yeah.
So I was like, this will be fun. And then I was just like, we were on our deck outside at like one summer day, and I was like, what are we going to call it, guys? Like, what are we going to call it? Like, it has to have some cool name. And then Ellie, my little sister, I was like, well, they're all pregnant that were the people we're running for, right? Like, they're all pregnant, having babies, so how about Baby on the Way 5K? And I was like, this is the best. But it makes it seem like you have to be pregnant to run. You don't.
Okay, that is
so
true.
You don't.
Only for pregnant people.
No. So I'll wear the shirt, and people are like, what? I'm like, no. But
I'm not pregnant.
But I almost wore it today, but I forgot, quite honestly.
Yeah.
But it's in September, and let's put that in like the notes to the.
Oh,
to this
you
episode,
know I'm gonna
because
link,
I forget when it is.
Yeah, I'll link to it.
But
for
we
sure.
need to like
and help support it. And
so it's been going since I was a junior in college, so like 2014 November. The first race was at Marion. I did it around Marion's campus, and then a couple times after that, somehow it moved to Guerin. I think is where it is now.
Oh,
so
it's
at
Guerin.
Guerin.
Okay.
It's on a Sunday. So it's like Sunday at 9. So it's kind of hard for people sometimes if they're going to church. But we were trying to like not compete with the Saturday fall 5Ks.
Races. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that is a very big thing. Totally.
So I'm not the race director anymore, but I passed it down to like someone else in my scholarship program did it, and then I think someone gets paid to do it at the O'Connor House now, which is good.
Cool.
It was kind of a big deal to just be like doing all of it.
That's a lot of
It
work.
was a lot. It was very stressful, but like it was a really good learning experience because I mean, I was just calling people like, do you want to sponsor this race? Can I put my race like cards in your race's bag? Like I was doing all the things.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Like, I'm glad I did it. And it was for a very good cause.
And it's almost been 10 years running.
Yeah. It didn't miss a year in COVID.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's really cool.
That's really cool.
I'm very proud of that.
I love that you did that. You should be really proud.
Yeah.
How perfect.
So, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's
and your whole family can run. Does your family do it?
We all do it. And my dad's usually the MC
of course.
Of that. And then it's like it's a very good group of people that does it. But I feel like we don't publicize it very well. Like you're in the running know.
I've never seen it.
Like, that's a problem.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
Let's get on that, O'Connor House people.
I've been invited by my friend who was on the board, and that's.
I think it's mostly word of mouth right now.
Yeah.
But we got to work on that. So, but
I mean, because in the fall, especially September, like there's a lot of people trying to get in a lot of miles for their fall marathon.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a kid race too. So like Sydney and Sloan could do it.
Oh right, okay.
So there's like a little. I think it's like a straightaway race. It's not very long.
Yeah.
Maybe a lap around the track for older kids. But
Sydney would love that.
Yeah, so you could do that.
Yeah.
And Ellie, my sister, who's a kindergarten teacher, is the MC for the little kid race.
Oh, that's
and
cute.
She's like, all right, guys, if you're
that's perfect.
5, get on the line. Yeah, it's really cute. It's
that's
really
so
cute.
fun. Yeah, so that's really cool that you did that.
Yeah.
And continue to participate in it.
Oh, yeah. I should know when it is. I'm terrible, but it's on my calendar.
Yeah,
and
I'll put it in there.
Yes.
And I'll probably talk about it at the beginning too in the intro.
Oh, perfect.
So like,
perfect.
Go to this.
Yeah.
You've also won a race before. I love this for you.
Mississinawa half.
Mississinawa. Where in the world, or where in Indiana is Mississinawa?
I think it's north. I don't even know. I drove. You know when you just plug it into your phone and you're like, I'm gonna follow this till the ends of the earth, and you just do. But it was. I don't know. Like when you have no concept of where you are in Indiana.
Yeah, I do know that.
Like it could be by Anderson. It could be by Goshen. I have no idea.
That's funny.
Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's really pretty because it's by a lake.
Okay. Do you remember the name of the lake? Probably not. No.
It might be Mississinawa Lake. I don't know.
Okay. You know what?
I feel like it might be.
I feel like on the way to Lake Wawasee, I have seen signs for Mississinawa.
Yeah. So it's north.
It's
Is
north.
It Wawasee north?
Yeah, it is.
So it's north
it's
of
up
here.
There.
But so I won it, and it was really funny because I drove myself there because it was in 2019 where I decided to run a half every month. I was like, every month of this year, I'm going to run a half marathon. And I think it was in June or July, I was like, I need a half. And Mississinawa was the one. And so I drove up around there. And I noticed that we started, it was like maybe 50 or 60 of us. I can't even tell you. It was not more than 100 people. And I noticed that there was one woman in front of me. And I was like, okay, I think I started like in the front. Like, I don't think there's anyone in front of her. And it was like, it was an out and back too. Okay. So I was like, okay, I think I can get it. I think I can get in front of her. And I went in front of her. And then we turned around on the way back. I like tried to figure out how far away.
Right.
She wasn't super close, but I just was like, this is fun. Like, I think I'm first right now for women. And then you're going so much faster than you need to go because you don't want to turn around. It would have taken me 2 seconds to turn around and look, but I didn't. But
just use it as motivation instead.
Oh yeah, it was fun. And then I got this plaque that said first overall female, and I come home and I'm like, guys, I won. And they just like look at me like, what? I'm like, no, look, I won the race. And they're like, oh, cool. And they're like, how many people were in that race?
You're like, you know what? Why do you need to know the details?
I was like 30, maybe. I don't know. But like it was funny because it was very anticlimactic because it was like there was no one there at the finish line that I knew because I had driven to
and I'm assuming there was no tape.
There was no tape.
Because they should do that at every single race.
They should.
Just, I mean, how hard is it to have just like I don't care what it is.
They had a plaque. Why? If you're going to have plaque, have tape.
Yeah.
And then I think I heard the person that was behind me saying that she was sick or something. She's like, oh, I just don't feel good today or something. And I was like, okay. I think she was supposed to win or so. I don't know. In my head, she was like the person that was going to win. Yeah. And I beat her. Yeah, well, I have no idea if that's true. But
you did. She probably had COVID.
But so that was really fun. I still like keep it in my room on my desk.
My little
first female.
I have limited experience with winning any kinds of awards, and so when you do,
it
is so cool. I won my age group for Sam Costa.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's
they put your name on the shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
When did you do that?
2 or 3 years ago, I forget.
That's amazing.
Or it was on the shirt this year, so it was last year.
And Carmel is like a fast. You're
so
in a fast age group.
Here's the funny thing:
Yeah.
is that a woman who I actually interviewed this week as well, my friend Kate Broshears.
Yeah.
She is in my age group, but she was coming back and like from an injury or from having kids. Maybe it was she just had a kid and she was running with a friend, and so like she wasn't racing.
Oh.
And then my friend, another friend I know who's in the age group, like didn't run that year. So it was kind of like,
you're like, this
I
is
don't
my
know
year.
how else. I didn't even know actually that I could do it. I just did, and I was surprised.
That's kind of the best though.
Yeah, it was like, oh,
that's the best. Like when
cool.
you were just trying your hardest, and then you won.
Yeah,
it's like how it should be.
Yeah, and then my lake race every year that I talk about.
Your fun prizes.
My fun prizes. But man, like this year was a little bit more competitive.
Was it?
Yeah, I got third. They announced me as third, but I really got second in the when you see online. I was like, what the hell?
Wow.
I could have gotten a stuffed swan instead of whatever. What was it I got? I forget.
Wait, what?
I don't
did
even
you
remember
get?
what I got this year.
Wasn't it another floaty? Because I remember you being like,
was it?
my girls are gonna fight over it.
It was a baby float.
Yeah.
Like literally for an infant. So it was kind of.
Don't they know adults are running?
Yeah.
Though?
Well, and I got a Starbucks cup.
That
was cool.
that was good.
That was cool. I still have that. My
good.
daughter really loved that.
Yeah. That's
so anyway, that's so cool that you want to race.
It was really. I'm proud of it. I don't even know if my family even remembers that I did that.
Come on, family, will you please like?
It's because you live with JoJo, who just wins all the time.
You're like, oh, he just wins all the time. So when I win, it's not a big deal. It should be a bigger deal.
Yeah.
That I win something. That's so funny, and they just don't get it. You know.
I mean, it's okay. It's fine. That's not why I was running. So
right.
It was just a little cherry on top.
Yeah, and so that was in 2019. What made you want to do a half marathon every month?
So I did the Christmas one downtown Indy in December of 2018. Do you remember that one? It's like
the Santa Hustle.
Yeah.
That's always been kind of on my radar, but I've never done it.
It was fun, and the sweatshirt was like it looks like a Santa suit.
That's great.
That's
I
always
like that.
fun. And I realized that I really liked halves. I was like, wow, and I've been training for this, and I've had something to look forward to. And I'm kind of the worst at training for things. Like I don't consistently at your running at the Rachel's running thing. I was looking around the room and I was like, isn't it kind of hard sometimes to get yourself to run? And no one was like, everyone was like, I just run every day. I was like, okay, I'm with the wrong group of people. I was like, so sometimes I do not have motivation to run.
Okay.
So I was looking
you're not
for
alone,
motivation
I'm sure.
to run.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if I just did one every month, and it was in December that I decided to do this. So January was coming up. So I was like, okay, well, this could be like my New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
It was so fun. And I got to go to Cincinnati.
I was gonna say,
Michigan.
Do you think you could go in order of the ones you did? Would you be able to remember?
I have no idea. That's why I was asking you about that website.
Yeah, okay. So the website I should tell you about now. Yes. We could my phone's up there. We could look it up, but it's called Athlinks. So like athlete, but Athlinks.
Okay.
But you can go on there and search, and I actually searched it for you.
Did I have very many?
No.
Yeah.
It's weird because I think it depends on which tracking providers they use or something.
Because I should have had at least 12.
Which is how I found this other girl who went to the University of Indiana in Pennsylvania, whose name is Katie Barrett. Did you know that?
There's a lot of Katie Barretts, I think.
Which is interesting. Why?
I don't know. I've Googled myself before, and it's
not
lot. Me that pops up.
Right. Yeah, it's confusing. But is it because Barrett Irish, right? Catholic?
I mean, we're Irish.
Yeah.
But I don't think Barrett. We're also German, so.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know.
Anyway, that's the website you can use.
Yeah, but I did well, why was I talking about the 12 races? Oh yeah, so.
Because I asked you. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well then, so in January I did one in Ohio. It was January 1st.
Okay.
And that was my fastest half at that point in my life, and it was like an out, up a hill, and back, and out and back. It was two laps with a hill in the middle. But that was my fastest one.
That's amazing.
I don't know why.
Kind of how that works.
I don't remember what my time was either. I think it was 150 something.
Okay.
But then let's see, February I must have done a Valentine's one or something. I don't remember. March I remember. Oh no, February was the Winter Trail Frosty.
Oh.
Do you know that one?
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it.
It's at Eagle Creek.
Okay.
And it's a 2-lap course if you do the half. At least it was in 2019. Okay. But I cheated myself a little bit on this because it had just snowed and then gotten really warm.
Okay.
So it was muddy. It was so muddy. And I was very nervous that I was like going to step in mud and like my shoe was not going to come with me or something.
Right, totally.
So I did 1 lap and then I stopped. But I was like, that was a really hard lap, so that should count as 2 laps.
Oh my gosh. Katie,
I didn't finish.
As a rule follower.
I know.
That is hard to understand.
It was, but I have this really cool picture of me like with mud all over my back going like this, and it says WTF on my shirt, and I'm like, I feel like a badass.
Yeah.
And the medal
trail
says WTF.
Frosty. Okay,
yes.
I've seen, totally. Okay,
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
So that was February, March, must have been like a leprechaun one, I don't know.
Sam Costa's in March. Have you
That's
ever done
probably
that?
what it was.
Okay.
Sam Costa.
Yeah, right.
And then April
Carmel.
was the one in Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
So I did one called the Broke Man's Half.
Oh.
Which is like in this random place in Ohio that I stayed in Cincinnati, but then like drove out to this place in Ohio. And the medals were like someone had like cut up plywood and like carved in them or put a sticker on them. Like it was like supposed to be really cheap. It was $40.
Okay.
So you didn't get a t-shirt. You had to bring your own water bottle. And like they had like water stops, which is also very environmentally friendly. So that was nice. But then the medals were like wood. I think that's cheaper. I don't know. But it was called the Broke Man's Half. So that was April. And then May was the Indy Mini.
Okay.
And then I thought I wasn't going to be able to do this, but I'm getting close. And then May. Am I in June now?
Yeah.
And then June, what was Mississinawa?
Oh,
July was Christmas in July.
Okay.
August was this run through winery in like Michigan.
Oh, cool.
I went up to Michigan because my cousins live there, and I ran through a winery. That was fun because you got a decanter at the end.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Which I didn't know what it was. It like is supposed to make wine breathe or something.
Yeah.
I was like, why are they handing me this? But
like,
then
what is this face?
Yeah, it was. That's what I thought it was. And then it was August, September. I don't remember. And then November. Oh, and I ended the year with a marathon. Because I was like, well, I already did my December half. So I ended that year with Monumental.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
which is
cool.
such a blessing because then it was COVID after that.
True. You got all of them.
I got all of them.
And then you're like, I need a break. And then God's like,
here. God's like, here it is. Yeah. So that was really fun.
That is really fun.
It was a blast. Yeah. It was really expensive, but really fun.
Right. Yeah. Have you ever gotten on a plane to go to a race?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
I always wonder how that goes because, like, you're sitting and you're like, depending on how long the plane ride is, like,
yeah, you should go out a day or two before.
Yeah,
so that
that's
like,
true.
Whatever.
I want to do Boston one day, and
Me
I can't
too.
decide if I want to qualify or do it like the charity way. I can't decide. It's
I
probably
think-
going to decide for me. Like,
Well, I think there's got to be a debate on which one's harder. I think that the charity route would be harder, frankly.
you think?
Yes.
I don't know.
Because I know I can work my ass off.
I mean, for
if I
you,
want to.
it might be up to the person.
Well, that's true. It's also up to the person.
I'm like, you're fast. I don't know
fair.
if I can.
That is fair. But what
Yeah.
I mean is, like, I don't like when people shame charity runners
Oh,
at
no.
Boston, is what I'm getting at.
No, don't do that.
Because they have to raise thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And that is really freaking hard.
Yes, and speaking of, everyone should donate to Megan Moore's.
Oh,
she's
Chicago?
doing a charity. She's a charity runner for Chicago,
Yeah.
and she's doing it for Alzheimer's because our granny.
Yeah. I had 2 grandmas with Alzheimer's, so
Yeah.
I probably haven't donated to hers yet. So
I think she put it up.
me?
I will remind you.
Okay.
I think she put the link up like on her birthday in February, and I don't know. I'll have to ask her like where even the link is. But
yeah, I'll share that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then how many times have you done Monumental full?
I think 3.
Okay.
Let me
Nice.
think. 2014.
14.
2019. Then I signed up for it another time,
Oh.
but then I got a concussion.
Oh, how?
In a car accident. It wasn't
Oh.
fun. So, and then I just got rear-ended. And
Yeah,
then,
that's
so I was
still-
going to run it. So then that was in like a couple years ago. So then I just ran it last year. So 3. I've run 3.
So did you get rear-ended like towards the end of your training? Because that'd be really annoying.
That you're assuming I did the training.
Okay, right.
So
whatever.
it was like I half-assed the training. And I was like, well, now I have a concussion. I can't run. So it wasn't a big deal.
Okay, well that's good. Because I
So
would
like
really
if
hate
it
that
had
for
been
you.
like the year of my wedding when I went to Indy Runners every Saturday, that would have been really
Right.
sad. But it was
Yeah.
more like I'm gonna run this marathon and I've kind of trained, and then I got in a car accident.
and then you're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
it's not meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
fine.
So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah, and then last year.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Last year was
Who'd you
fun.
run with last year? Did you run with
Megan.
Megan? That's what I thought.
Yeah, and she is so funny. We run together all the time in Indy Runners and everything, and we're like not the slowest, not the fastest, but my parents went to Newfields. Like, that's a common place to watch people at Monumental, like the art museum. And they were filming us running. And I showed Chris, I was like, oh my gosh, look, it's us running. And during Newfields, he's like, you aren't running very fast. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to see your butt run that fast for 26 miles.
And like, I'm trying to think of what miles is through it's like, when you're getting close to 20 miles. Because like right after you're out of Newfields, it's like another mile maybe, and it's 20 miles. So it's like, that's a hard part of the race.
Was a hard part. And they were like, how do you feel? And I was like, our legs are a little tired, but we're feeling good. And then Megan's mantra is from What About Bob, if you've seen this movie.
I used to have the shirt that said, don't hassle me, I'm local.
Wait.
Love What About Bob.
It's because you're a hill.
It is because
it translates. But so What About Bob is a great
I feel
movie.
Good.
Yes, that's her
great.
mantra. I feel wonderful. She says, I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. And she says that when she's running.
That is an excellent mantra,
Megan.
It
is so good.
That is excellent.
And so I kind of was like, I need to take that on. So that's what we were saying at that point in the race.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
So it's funny because I've thought about how I wanted to make a reel on Instagram of Bill Murray being like, I feel good, like, and putting like a background of a race, because I've thought that before.
Yes,
it is a great mantra.
It is.
You just gotta lie to yourself.
Yes.
It's better than saying I feel horrible, I'm suck, and I'm terrible or whatever.
So Chris and I will say that like when we're running sometimes, like just be like, Megan, I feel good, I feel great, I feel wonderful. Like channel your inner Megan and Bill Murray, and you can get it. But.
And do yourself a favor, if you've not seen What About Bob?
Oh my!
I don't know where you can watch it. I hope it's somewhere streaming.
I don't know.
And it's worth it if you have to buy it.
If you have to buy it for $4.
Oh my God, it'd be
$3.99,
best money you've ever spent. It's such a great movie. So funny.
I loved that movie, but I love movies because my family loves them.
Same. I love watching What About Bob with my dad.
Yes.
Because he like cries laughing every time we watch it.
And my grandpa, my papa, loves What About Bob. And he like, oh my gosh, he would quote it at the dinner table. And there's this one part where What About Bob, or Bob is saying, oh, Faye. And Faye is someone's name. He's like, oh, Faye, this is so good. Like, it's talking about the dinner.
Yeah.
But my papa, whenever we'd have dinner, he would say, oh, Faye. I literally thought it was like French for this is good until I was like 12. I was like, what? I was like, oh, it's from a movie. Because he would always say, oh, Faye. And we'd all be saying it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this must be like another language for it's good. And I didn't know it was from What About Bob.
That is, oh my gosh, you're hilarious. I love that so much.
Yeah, it was funny.
Well, I just, remember he like sits there and he's just like, and
everybody's annoyed that he's doing it, or the dad is.
Funny.
It's a good movie.
It's so good. Okay, another topic I want to cover before we start to wrap up is mental health. And I love that, by the way, you pushed our interview back because you had therapy.
Yeah.
How was your therapy session this morning?
It was so great. Oh, I just bounced this. So therapy was great today. And every time I go.
How often do you go?
I go once a month.
Okay, that's what I do.
More if needed.
Same.
So where to start with mental health? So I like lived in California for 5 seconds.
Okay.
And it was rough. So I'll try to give like the short version of the story, but that was my Notre Dame stint.
Oh, right. So, we forgot to come back to that.
That's okay. We naturally did because it has to do with mental health. So I was in this program at Notre Dame called ACE, the Alliance for Catholic Education. And it was, you get placed in any Catholic school in the entire United States that is underserved or underprivileged.
Wow.
Or serves underprivileged children, however you want to phrase that. And then you don't get paid while you're teaching. You get a stipend to live off of, but you get a free master's from Notre Dame. So that's pretty good, and that's way more than you're ever going to get paid teaching. I
was like, what? You don't get paid?
Yeah,
and
but then you hear that, and you're like, okay.
Okay.
So I did that for 1 year, and then it was the hardest thing I've ever done. It was like being a first-year teacher, living away from home in California with people that are also in the program that I don't know. I've been to all their weddings. They're great people. I love them so much, Emma, Dan, and John. But, like, we didn't know each other then. Yeah. And I went from this awesome family where I went for, like, a half hour at Marion, and then I'm across the country, 35 hours to California.
Yeah. Where in California?
I lived in Santa Clara.
Okay.
But I worked in Palo Alto. So that's like where Steve Jobs. So you would think like, what are you talking about? Like, this is not underprivileged. But my school was in like the freakish, like it was such a nice neighborhood. It was like the Bridgewater of, sorry, I just said that on tape. But it was a really nice neighborhood.
Why are you sorry?
I just feel bad. But
because people are rich and they live in Bridgewater?
It's so
It's so fancy.
It's so fancy.
We're
so
in Carmel
great.
right now. We're in the fanciest library.
So
of all
it was
time.
like the Bridgewater of California, and I
say.
taught there. But all of my kids were from outside of there, so it made me sad because they would get they dropped off into this really nice neighborhood, and then they'd have to go home. And one time I was driving, and I was driving to school, which I never did. And I said, because I usually rode the train.
I was gonna say
and I said, guys, I got to get a Diet Coke after school today, because that's what I always loved doing. And they're like, don't go to our neighborhood, Miss Barrett. Do not go. And I was like, what? And well, if you do, wave to my mom, because she lives right behind the gas station. And it was just it was just sad. It was just a whole vibe, and it was just really hard mentally to deal with. But
what grade? What grade was that?
5th through 8th. I taught 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade science all at the same time while being far away. So all this to say, Ooh. I came home, I pressed pause on Notre Dame, and because I had to take care of my mental health. So, and I there was a time period where I just came home and I was like, I just ruined my life. I just quit Notre Dame. This was this big deal that I've been working towards.
Yeah.
And I would just lay in bed and be sad for most of the day. And except that my dad would make me run. He would go on runs with me. He'd be like, we're going to go on a run and it's going to be okay. And I was like, no, I don't want to go on a run. I'd be so mad that he was making me run.
Yeah.
And then he would take me running on this loop. And then there was this one straightaway in Foster Estates. And he was like, you need to sprint as fast as you possibly can down this straightaway. Just go as fast as you possibly can. And he would do it first, and then I would come, or we would race or something. And then it just got better. It was just, we would run more, and I was going to therapy, and I got medicine, and slowly but surely I just got better. And then I went back to teaching, and I finished my master's 7 years later. But
was it free?
It was.
It's good.
It was still free.
That's good. Good for you.
Yeah.
I know, because it's oh man, you you had to take care of yourself.
Yeah,
Who
I did.
cares?
I
but
did.
That would have been hard to give up that opportunity.
Yeah. So I went back to Notre Dame, and then Notre Dame let me finish it at St. Mark, where I teach now.
Wow.
So,
okay. Because you're hey, it almost destroyed my entire life.
I'm so close. And I only needed 2 more classes. I was so close to finishing. So they were really sweet and let me finish.
That's good.
So I run because it makes me feel good. That's why I run, because it puts me in a clear headspace. It's so good for your mental health. And I also pray while I run. So I do that too. I just think of people, or run or swim. I've been swimming more lately too. And I think of a person or an event or something that needs my prayers. And it makes me run harder and faster and longer. And it's just it's such a beautiful thing. And it makes me feel connected to people that I feel I don't get to see as much or talk to as much. But I'm okay, I said I would pray for them. I'm going to run this for, so-and-so that needs prayers right now. And it's just really nice. I can't even explain it really. But
do you have a method where do you do a specific, this mile I'm going to pray for this person, and then you switch, or do you just do it as it comes?
It depends. When I was running that marathon, it was each person got a rosary. And then sometimes it might be a mile. It just depends on the day. The other day when I was swimming, I swim at the Y sometimes, and I was okay, a down back is going to be a person.
Okay.
And I was okay, this down back is going to be for so-and-so, and then the next one, and then I would rest, and I'd think about the person, and it makes you go faster.
Yeah,
it's just
right.
It's kind of the do it, cause what's that mantra you say? I get to do this?
I get to, yeah.
It's they might be dealing with their own thing, and you get to run, and you're going to offer up your run for them. And
so this is not nearly as hard as what
whatever they're
going
dealing
through.
with.
Yeah. That's why I listened to Allie on the Runs episode during a run for that reason, because it's if she can go through this, I can run. I can run. That's
Yeah. So, and I just remember that running got me through all of the craziness with Notre Dame and everything, and I'm just you got to do it.
Yeah.
Or move in some way.
Yeah.
Movement in some way.
Did you run when you were in Palo Alto, around there?
I did. And you'd think that it was the best running of my life because it was beautiful.
It's so pretty, yeah. But it's
so
very hilly
pretty
out there.
It's hilly, but I was just not. I didn't have any feelings. I was I was just this.
Ugh.
Usually I'm a very happy and then sad, and then I'm experiencing all the emotions. I was just like flatlining. So I was just like, I'll go for a run, but it's not going to do anything. Like I just like, yeah. So much better now. But
well, it's good for you for like listening to yourself and being like, I need to quit this. Like this is not going to work.
It was hard. That
had to be really hard.
It was especially because people say like teaching is a calling, you know, and so, and I guess it is. It's also a career though, so it's like, okay, if it's my job, I can like push pause for a second. Yeah. But when you say it's a calling, it's like, oh my gosh, is God gonna be mad at me? Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to make him mad. Like, gosh. Right. But yeah. So, and I try to like help people who are in their first couple of years of teaching because those are hard. Those are just hard times. But it's really good. Like once you get it down, I feel like. But
well, God bless teachers.
Hey, thanks.
Because man, it is not a job that I am suited for. That's for sure.
I mean, but I'm not suited to do this because you figured out all these.
Did I figure it out?
You did. You figured it out.
Is it going to turn out?
It will.
Only God knows.
But I think we all just have our things that we're good at, and I love middle schoolers. I don't love middle school itself, but I like to make middle school better because it's such a rough time of life.
Yeah, it really is.
You're just like a walking hormone, and everything is the end of the world. Yeah. And I just love to be the reminder that, like, it's really going to be okay. Like, I promise
and what, do you teach all subjects now, or are you still science?
Just science. Okay, that's right. Grade. Okay. And I have taught special ed as well.
That's what you're saying? Oh,
yeah. I did that at Westfield. That was like how I proved to myself that I could go back to Notre Dame because there was like a smaller program at Notre Dame to get your special ed license. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to try that first, get my SPED license, and then see if I can finish my whole master's. Yeah. So, yeah.
Good for you.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And now, first I'm going to make sure I didn't forget anything.
Yeah. All good if you did.
No, then I'll like
whatever
be up all
was
night.
Supposed to be said.
Was said. You're so
Hopefully.
right. But I have one more topic.
Okay, let's do it.
And that is, well, no, because that's your next finish line milestone. We can talk about it at the end of the podcast questions.
You're going to love the story that goes with it.
Okay, I am. I know
you
I will.
are.
I know I will.
Because it involves you.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Can you believe this?
No.
Like we did this.
I know. It's good. It's good.
It's so good.
It is good.
And then I gotta rope Megan into it next. Will she do it?
I think so.
Okay, good.
I mean, I don't know, but you can ask her.
I will.
She's a great runner, so.
Yeah. Okay, so end of the podcast questions, which you know.
Yes.
But what is your favorite running song and or mantra?
Okay. So I've been thinking about this for a long time because I wanted to be on this podcast. No, but I think it's a Christopher Cross song, who's a 1970s like singer.
Okay.
So
all right.
It's called, the song I think is called All Right or something, but it's like it just keeps saying again and again in the song.
'Cause I'm all
It's all right. I think you're gonna make it, or I think we're gonna make it. It's a really good song.
I'm thinking of a different one.
But it's really good. You should listen to it.
What song am I thinking of? Okay, anyway.
But it's the whole song, the whole time, is just keep saying, it's all right, I think we're going to make it. Or I think I'm going to make it. One of the two. Yeah. And I just say that to myself. I'm just like, it's all right. I think I'm going to make it. And even if you don't make it, it's going to be okay. Like, it's always all right. Yeah. Everything is all right. Yeah. And it just, like, it's such a good song, and it means a lot to my husband and I. And we love that song. So I put it on my Prairie on Fire list.
There we go.
I have like a whole
spoiler alert.
That is my next finish line. But the story with that is I got to be at Prairie on Fire because I went to your thing at the Bottle Works. Okay. Because TJ, is that his name? Yep. TJ Daly. Yep. Was there. Yeah. So I somehow had this gut feeling. I was like, if I talk to Rachel, she's going to know someone, because I was on the waiting list for Prairie on Fire. Oh. I was not signed up because I like saw the documentary and I was like, this is going to be so awesome. And then I went to sign up and it was like, there's a waiting list. So then I was like, hey, Rachel. And I knew like one of Rachel's people had done it, or somehow she was connected. So I said, Rachel, do you know anything about the Prairie on Fire and like if the waiting list, like if they get through it or not? Yeah. And she was like, oh, you should just go talk to TJ. Like, I'll introduce you. He's the guy that's, like, in charge of it. And I was like, what? And I was like, yeah. And this is, like, after your podcast thing. And so then I went over there, and I was like, hi, my name's Katie. And I think I dropped my brother's name, too. And or maybe Rachel did, because Rachel worked with JoJo. Okay. She's like, this is Joe's brother, or Joe's sister. And I was like, yeah, JoJo's my brother. And he's like, oh. And he's like, what's your last name? And I was like, Polivick. He, like, gets out his phone. he's like, what's your goal for the race? And I'm like, I want to run my first ultra, like 31 miles. I think that's an ultra. And then he's like, yeah. He goes, check your email when you get home. And then I got an email that I got in, and I was so excited. I was like, yes. And I called Chris, and I'm like, you are not going to believe. I have to tell you in person. Like, come to Yats. We went to Yats afterwards, me and Megan, because it was the night before the Indy Mini. Right. So we always have Yats before a big run.
Why?
And,
what?
Oh, it's so good.
Is wild to me. Okay, for people who don't know what Yats is really quickly.
It's Cajun food. Right?
It does not seem like a good thing to eat.
But it's rice and meat and beans.
Like,
I guess
that could go wrong.
I don't have the bean one.
Okay,
but,
well, that's fair, because that's probably all I've eaten.
I just get the drunken chicken.
Okay,
that's
so fine.
It's rice and chicken and, like, sauce. It's just a lot of food. I had it before the Monumental and before you can do it, people, if you want to try it. So I told him, and he, like, knew that he was, like, so excited for me. And because he was, like, waking up from a nap or something when I called him. And I was like, you will not bring me down. I'm so happy about this. I don't care if you're tired. Come to Yats right now, and I have something to tell you. Aww. And then I was like, you have to be my crew for this thing. Like, and he's so excited. He's, like, going to be there. And I don't even know, because of my back, if I'm going to be able to do the full 31. But I'm like, just to be in that environment.
I want to I've never been.
I want to go.
I'm not signed up to run, but I would love to spectate.
You can spectate at my tent.
I would just love that. What's the date on that again?
September 6th.
6th.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think my parents have a wedding or something, but I was, like, telling everybody I knew.
It's the week after Labor Day, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so.
Because Labor Day, Indy Women's half.
Yeah.
And 10 or whatever the races they have is the weekend before Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And then, Prayer and Fire. So I should be in town is the bottom line.
You can come. But
I'll bring my kids. And
just bring everyone. I don't know how many, if you're like, there's only a certain amount of spectators you're allowed to have at your tent. I have no idea. It doesn't seem like they'd be.
I don't think that's a rule.
I don't think so. But I've told a lot of people about it. Like, I'm like, everybody come.
My entire family, not just my immediate, but my extended family is going to come.
My husband will be there. I might run 8 miles and that's it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
so cool.
So I'm really excited for that.
You should be.
But I only get to do it because I went to your thing.
See, good things happen to people who come to events
that
I have. We're gonna do it at Monumental, I believe. I don't know the details yet, but we're gonna do something. Lindsay's coming in town.
Oh, good.
We're gonna do something again, which is exciting.
The dynamic duo.
Oh, the dynamic duo. That's like an honor for me. You know, like,
I do know.
Oh, it's so fun. Gosh, yeah. So next finish line. And then when does school start? That's a milestone. Your next year of teaching.
It is August 5th.
Yeah,
and I'm so excited. My so I'm a 7th grade homeroom teacher, and when they were in 6th grade, they filled out like the get to know you, like little cards. So I have a few facts about them, and it has their picture. And I've been trying to memorize their name and their picture.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. So just a new group.
Are you a classroom decorator? Like, are you like into decorating your class? Because I feel like if I was a teacher, that's what I would love to do is like bulletin boards and.
You want to come and help?
I'm
a science teacher, so I feel like of the subjects, it's probably the less creative people go to science.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
Get out of here! All this fun, cool stuff about science.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
we have cool things. Are they going to be on the bulletin board? Probably not.
Okay.
But it's hard at the beginning of the year because I usually decorate with student work. So it looks a little bare at the beginning, but
you can just have save it from last year and keep it up and then.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
You should be like, I'm going to pick my favorites and those are going to introduce my new class.
Oh, that's so. Okay, next year.
Also, clipboard. I have clipboards in my office and in our playroom where I use it to display art.
Yeah.
Because it's just an easy way to change it out, and
That's a good idea.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, oh my gosh.
August
5th. This, I don't know if this will even come out before that. This might come out when you're already back to school.
That'll be okay. Yeah, that'll be good.
But it'll definitely be before Prayer and Fire.
Yes, that'll be good.
So that now people will listen and they'll know who you are. And now you'll have a ton of new friends there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think Jake is going to be there.
Yep.
And JoJo will be there.
Oh, he is? Okay.
I think he was going to try to do 100, which is why he ran 50.
100 miles?
100 miles.
Okay.
But
so not just like 100K first? Come on. People are crazy. Either one.
I don't know if he's going to be able I think he can do it. I don't know if he wants to do it.
Yeah.
That's like all mental. You kind
of making me want to do it.
You should just do it.
Yeah.
You just run a 4-mile loop.
Just for as many times as you possibly can.
People there are like, that sounds terrible. I'm like, it
actually
sounds
like
a great time to me.
Well, yeah. And I'm in marathon training, so it's like I need miles. Anyway, we'll see.
There you go.
To be determined.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for finally doing this.
Yes,
this has been
thank
the
you
best.
for having me so
Absolutely.
much. Yeah,
it was
it's
so
been
much
great.
fun. I'm so excited to cheer you on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
and thank you to everybody who has listened.
Yes.
And
Thank you to the listeners.
To the listeners.
Will I be able to
all
listen to
10.
this? I don't know.
Well, Megan will listen and tell you.
Megan will listen and tell me. And Chris.
Yeah.
I'll make Chris listen to it.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
you
he
go.
will. Hey, Chris. All right. Happy running, everybody. Happy running.
There you go. Happy running.
Happy running. We're done. We did it.
We did it. Do we clap again?
We could.
There you go. Clap again because we're done. Your little sound thing.
If you enjoyed this episode of Finish Lines and Milestones from Sandy Boy Productions, please go share, rate, review. If you haven't done it yet, it's a great way to help others find the show, and it's certainly very meaningful to me since it's a lot of work to run a weekly podcast, let me tell you. Also, next week's guest is going to be a very special story. Logan Turner, he's getting ready to tackle our local ultramarathon that was mentioned in this week's episode, Prairie on Fire, on Saturday, September 6th. Logan has a daughter named Nora who he runs with and for, and so you've got to tune back in so you can learn more about Logan and help support him in his journey, Miles for Nora. If we aren't already internet friends, I'm Allie, ALLYT Brett, BRETT. That's Allie T Brett _runs on Instagram. And I hope to see you here again next week.